Imagine a man who hasn't stepped out in public for almost 20 years. He's living deep underground, moving between hidden bunkers, always one step ahead of the world's best hunters. Israel has been after him for decades. They've tried, they've failed, and he's always vanished like smoke. But then comes one explosive night in September 2024. The sky over Beirut lights up. Massive bombs pound a residential neighborhood. And just like that, the ghost is gone. This is the real story of Hassan Nasrallah, Hezbollah's untouchable leader. How did Israel finally catch him? Why did they wait so long? And what did it take to pull it off? Stick around, because this gets wilder the deeper you go. Let's go back to the beginning to really understand why this hit so hard. Hassan Nasrallah was born in 1960 in a rough part of Beirut. He climbed fast in Hezbollah, that Iran-backed group born in the 80s to push Israel out of Lebanon. Then in 1992, Israel takes out his predecessor, Abbas al-Musawi, in a helicopter strike. Nasrallah, only 32, steps up. He turns Hezbollah into something huge, a real political power with a massive army. By 2000, he forces Israel to pull out of southern Lebanon. People celebrate him like a hero. The 2006 war. He stands toe-to-toe with Israel for 34 days. To many Arabs, he's the guy who finally said no and meant it. But to Israel and the US, he's the brains behind attacks that killed hundreds, bombings, rockets, you name it. He builds an arsenal of 150,000 missiles, more than most countries have. Charismatic, sharp-tongued, and absolutely ruthless. And he knows how to survive. After 2006, he vanished from public view. No more rallies, no more open-air speeches, only carefully produced videos from hidden locations. He became a shadow, but a shadow that still ran everything. So if he was always such a threat, why hit him in 2024? It all explodes after October 7, 2023. Hamas storms southern Israel. Over 1,200 dead, hundreds kidnapped. Hezbollah jumps in right away, opens a full second front up north. Rockets and drones every single day. Israeli towns near the border empty out. Tens of thousands flee. Farms abandoned, schools shut, lives on hold for months. Israel hits back hard, but Hezbollah doesn't stop. By mid-2024, Israel's leaders are done playing defense. They go for the head, start picking off top commanders. But Nasrallah, he's different. Later, Netanyahu himself opened up about how tough the decision really was. He said they always knew roughly where Nasrallah was, but the real question was, should we actually take the shot? It wasn't simple. Nasrallah was number 2 in Iran's entire axis of proxies, second most popular Shia leader in the whole Shia world. And to Ayatollah Khamenei, he was like a favorite son. Khamenei treated him that way. The big fear, would killing him set off a full-scale war? Would it drag Hezbollah and Iran into something unstoppable? Then new intelligence lands on Netanyahu's desk, an 80-page report on Nasrallah. He reads it cover to cover, and it changes everything. He realizes Nasrallah isn't just following Tehran's orders. He's the one driving Iran more than they're driving him. He's the axis of the axis. Remove him and the whole thing cracks. In cabinet meetings, it gets heated. 2 big issues. Do we tell the Americans? Netanyahu says no need, and we shouldn't. Second, Iran has thousands of ballistic missiles. One wrong move and they rain down on Israel, causing massive damage. But in the end, Netanyahu decides he has to go. You're probably wondering, why not years earlier? They wanted to. God, they wanted to. But Nasrallah was paranoid in the smartest way possible. After 2006, he knew his life was the key to everything. He goes full ghost mode. No routines, barely any phone, shuttles between bunkers, sometimes with body doubles. Even his inner circle didn't always know where he was. Israel got close a few times, scraps of intel, blurry satellite shots, whispers from sources, but never enough for a sure hit. One bad strike and you kill civilians, make him a martyr, fire up the whole region. Plus, Iran would go nuclear with revenge. They needed perfect intel, low collateral, and a moment when doing nothing hurt more than acting. That perfect storm only hit in 2024. How did they finally crack him? It's a story of patience that spans decades. From reports that came out around the one-year mark in 2025, other Israeli outlets, Mossad and Unit 8200 had been weaving a web inside Hezbollah forever. Human sources, some recruited way back, even people who helped build those bunkers. They fed blueprints habits who meets who. Unit 8200 listened to everything, hacked signals, tracked family phones, pieced together patterns from the 2006 war. Then the cyber bombshell, those pager explosions in September 2024. Mossad had wormed into the supply chain years earlier, loaded thousands of devices with tiny bombs. Boom, 1,500 injured, dozens dead. Chaos, leaders freak out. Some reports say Nasrallah watched people next to him blow up. Family members later talked about how it crushed him. He was depressed, even cried. Suddenly, he has to meet people face to face. That's the crack Israel needed. But the real game changer, something straight out of a spy thriller. Late reports from 2025 say Mossad agents actually went in on foot into Dahi, Hezbollah's fortress in South Beirut. And get this, while Israeli jets were pounding the area, they slipped through alleys, past guards carrying disguised gear. Inside the packages, high-tech targeting beacons from Raphael and Elbit. Not your average GPS. These things guide bombs dead on, even deep underground. The agents knew it was suicide-level risky. They later said maybe 50-50 chance of coming back alive. Caught dead, gear found, whole op blown. They even radioed in. Stop the bombing, we can't move. Command says, no, make it heavier. The intense strikes push guards underground and open a path. Under a sky full of explosions, they plant the beacons right where Nasrallah was predicted to be. And they get out. Some say this happened as far back as 2023. Insane. September 27, 2024. Just after evening prayers in Beirut. The intel is rock solid. Nasrallah's deep in that bunker, sitting with Ali Karaki and Iran's General Abbas Nilfaroshan. 10 F-15I jets, the elite Hammers squadron, are already in the air. They're loaded with 83 massive one-ton bunker busters, way more than first planned. Gallant pushes for double, no mistakes this time. Netanyahu, thousands of miles away in his New York hotel, gives the final word, the same man who just pored over that 80-page report and decided the risk was worth it. The jets line up. The first bomb drops, then another, and another. Every few seconds, a new thunder. The ground in Dahi shakes violently. Buildings crumble. Dust and fire everywhere. 83 tons of explosives hammer the same spot, guided straight by those hidden beacons and satellites. The shockwave rips through the underground fortress. When the smoke finally clears, the bunker is gone. Rescuers dig for days. And then confirmation comes. Nasrallah didn't make it. His body found intact, death from the massive blast pressure and toxic gases. Karaki, Nilfaroshan, hundreds of fighters all lost. Above ground, entire residential blocks ruined. Dozens of civilians gone too. In one night, Hezbollah's heart is ripped out. Hezbollah rushes to name Hassan Nasrallah as the next guy. But days later, another huge strike. 73 tons of bombs. He's gone too. The whole leadership chain snaps. Rockets fly in revenge, but Hezbollah's hurting bad. By 2025 reports, Israel wiped out big chunks of their missiles and showed just how deep their spies went. A year later, they're rebuilding. But everyone's looking over their shoulder. Iran lost their sharpest weapon. Israel scored big, but the region's more on edge than ever. So was it worth decades of waiting? A brilliant masterstroke, or a spark that lit a bigger fire? You tell me. Drop your take in the comments. I read them all. If you made it this far, huge thanks. Hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications. More stories like this coming. Catch you in the next one.